What does it look like? A shark.
Feathers.
Sweat.
Sweat.
Editors.
When we were thinking about having a name, when we were signed, we knew that we had to change our name from a pretty poor snowfield, because that was a bit wet and weedy. And we needed something with a bit more impact and power. And so it's more about the sort of design of the word as well. It looks like maybe a paid stamp or something like that, something that's very definite, and it worked very well with all our artwork. So that's the main reason. Visually, it looked great.
We get compared to those bands still, and we probably will do forever. Well, no, not forever. What am I talking about? But no, we didn't want to do the same thing again. We wanted to try new things, different instruments. It's still us. It's still Editors at its heart. But in places, we've, like I said, tried new things, and you get nothing from doing the same thing over and over and over again. But we don't anyway. Touring the record for so long, the last record, being in places like Tokyo and big, exciting, buzzing, overpopulated, scary but exciting cities, and that kind of has rubbed off on us, sitting on planes. And so there are songs on the record that kind of, those things filter in, I guess, the modern world in a lot of ways. And then there is things about, death is touched on, but also relationships with people and looking at those differently, and just other nonsense that comes out of my mouth. Yeah, I was just thinking about what a lot of the songs touch on. And they touch on kind of scary things coming to an end. Illness, and really a lot of the songs touch on. But I don't know. When you think about things that are scary, you can think about what goes on in your life and your relationships you have with people, and you can appreciate them more, basically. And you can, not take things for granted or make the most of what you have while you have it. So it's a way of looking at something that's very negative with a slight positive edge. There are some things that are positive to be found when you look at scary stuff. So it kind of summed that up, really.
It's the first single off the record. It's not an obvious choice of single. It's 5 minutes long, and it's called Smokers Outside the Hospital Doors. It's the first time we've used major chords in a sequence, and it kind of, that image strikes up something in every person, and it's always interesting, when you say that title to people and what it conjures up to them, it's cool. We just want people to think a little bit, and we wanted to come back with a little bit of a statement.
It's not really an anti-smoking song or a pro-smoking. I don't care what people do to themselves. That's fine. But it's more of it's just an image that stuck with me. And it's more of, I guess, a metaphor for illness, really, rather than the specifics of someone smoking or not smoking. Starts the same way. It starts with a little idea from me, really, the lyrics at least, and the melodies, and then I'll give it to the guys and then make it into an editor's song, because before that it's just me on an acoustic guitar, which is not what anyone wants to hear. And
we leave that up to whoever's producing us, and with this record it was Jack Knife Lee and his assistants, and he did a grand job. We had an input from the very start of when the songs were getting written, and then through to where they would go, what would happen, what sounds were going to come in where. So he joined. The producer joins your band for a certain amount of time, and he did that for 5 months, and it's cool.
What else? We didn't know what to do with ourselves, so we went to university, like a lot of people do.
Same chords, same house, music, technology. We failed at most things and weren't good at many. We got through. We've always had a good gig when we've come to Spain, we feel the love. So it's always good to be here.
Yeah, because we do come here less than we go to a lot of places. It's the way it is. So when we do come, people are so warm and welcoming. It kind of leaves a lasting impression on you.
Hello, we're Editors, and we'd like to say hello to Fly Music.
I think we've discovered that we can write better songs. You know, we've actually put more thought into the whole process. I think just probably through touring and learning to play, you know, learning our own abilities a little bit better. That's really helped us in the studio. What about you, Leach?
Yeah, we wanted to make a more established record, sounding-wise. The first one was the four of us in a room. The second one was us in a studio for 2 months, and so we could play around and get more sounds and make a bigger sounding, more ambitious record, I think, which we're happy with. Before we just used guitars and you know, just the instruments that we could play at the time. We'd done a little bit with keyboards, but not very much. And so this time it was different, which was good.
We wanted to make a really modern rock record, you know, something that had never really been done before. It's not about one specific event or one specific concept. We just wanted to make an album that works from beginning to end. You know, an album that actually flows completely all the way through.
It's not a negative listen. It talks about serious subject matters, but I think sometimes people mistake that for negativity when it's not.
Something has to give, and it always will.
The song initially starts off with Tom, and then he gives it out to all of us, and we kind of think where it could go and what could happen, or what type of song it should be, whether it should be up-tempo, rock, etc. And then it gets chopped and changed and comes out as an editor's song.
We were in a studio all day having to look at hot girls shake their booties. It was really good. I had a great time, but it was good. I like the concept behind it. It's just a bit of fun, really, and I think people take things a little bit too seriously sometimes, and especially sometimes when it comes to our bands. So we just wanted to make a good video. I think it was really quite arty as well. Actually,
40 at least.
40, 50.
Yeah, it was a long day. It was horrible. He's made a remix already, which you can listen to on his MySpace, or it's actually available to download. It's an End Has a Start remix. It's very good.
Yeah, it's the best remix by far we've had on this album. It's dark, but it's very exciting.
It's very good.
Bones, starved of flesh, surround your aching heart.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep changing and changing things around, because if you just keep doing the same thing, it would be quite boring. And bands that I like are always doing something a little different, whether the fan base kind of likes it or not. But I think they should respect.
I don't think we consider ourselves rock stars, to be perfectly honest. I think we feel comfortable. We always knew. Well, we're very ambitious. We wanted to be in the position where we're playing a different town every night and going to, all across the world and shooting videos and things like that. We've always wanted to do that, and we want to keep it going.
Gracias.